Hello you lot, this is KeefCooks, I'm Keef, and today I'm not cooking, I'm just going to do a little rundown of things that happened in the past year, and also to wish you a Merry Christmas or whatever festive things you celebrate around about this time of year. So we had a brilliant Christmas. It wasn't the usual drill. Normally we would go down to visit son of KeefCooks and son of KeefCooks' girlfriend in that London, but because Mrs. KeefCooks had to work most of the week, it just wasn't possible. So son of KeefCooks and girlfriend of son of KeefCooks came up to sunny Leeds, and we had a grand time, except girlfriend of son of KeefCooks complicated this. I should give them names. Had to go back to that London to spend Christmas Day with her parents and siblings. Anyway, we had a grand time, and yeah, couldn't have been better really. So there you go. Right, what happened? Oh, many things. Obviously I cooked a recipe at least once a week. So I'm not planning to cover 50 odd recipes because that would be kind of boring. But an early highlight of the year was our visit to Pappy's Texas Barbecue in Kendal in Cumbria, and that was in March, and we got to spend quite a lot of time with Robin, who's the pitmaster from Texas, and yeah, she showed us a few tricks and we saw an awful lot of meat getting smoked and barbied, and it was brilliant. And then a month later they were doing a takeover of the bar at the Windermere Hotel in Windermere, and they invited us for a dinner there, and we went, and that was lovely as well. And we extended it into a few days in the Lake District. Obviously tourism is a huge industry in the Lake District, so they don't actually need any more customers, so don't go, alright? Otherwise you'll wear it out. So the next thing I want to talk about actually started happening in December, and that is I've been being a lot more upfront about needing money to keep this thing going, because I suspect a lot of viewers, not necessarily the regulars, the hardcore viewers, but I think a lot of people have this idea either that I look like an old person, so I might be retired, I might be on a pension, and I might not need any money from customers, from viewers, whatever. That is not the case. I do rely on this for a large part of my income, so I have to, instill the idea that I'm creating something, and if you value it, then you might want to think about paying for it. That's not to, make you feel bad or guilty, because I'm very happy that millions of people watch it for nought. But if you can spare a few bob to be a patron on Patreon, or just to make a one-off donation through info@keefcooks.com on PayPal, I will love you forever, or at least, for a while. So really, just to let you know, I'll knock it off next year, but as and when I feel it's necessary, I'll bring it back and be more direct. I won't do it on every video, because I know it does irritate some people who think that I should work for nothing. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm not actually. I did a few product reviews throughout the year. One in February, which is the Omork Mega Death Star Darth Vader air fryer, which now lurks in a corner next to the microwave and gets used 1 or 2 times a week, so it's a pretty good thing. And I'll put the link to that in the description below if you want to buy it. And also in April I reviewed the Nuovoware sous vide immersion circulator, which again is a worthwhile product, and the link is down there. In September I got an email from a guy in the States, just completely blew my mind. He's produced a song, not very well, I think he'll be the first to admit, but kind of mashup of bits of my long egg video, and parts of it are extremely funny. So I was, I'm always tickled by things like that. What's a long egg, Keefy? Here's what you need to make a long egg. Some resistant. What else has been happening? Comments on videos. As you probably know, I do read all the comments and I reply personally to a lot of them, and sometimes get into quite involved conversations. There's been a lot of comment on back catalogue videos, especially, well, faggots. How to make British faggots. A lot of Americans have taken this either deliberately or out of ignorance or stupidity or just for a laugh, I don't know. Obviously, you know, I know, everybody knows that a faggot in the States is a derogatory term for a homosexual person. In the UK, really, I don't think we use that term. I wouldn't use that term. I wouldn't call anybody a faggot. Well, because I'm not homophobic, for one thing. But if I was, I'd call them a puff or a queer or whatever. We have many other words. Other words are available. And faggot, really, it's an Americanism, and we don't do that. So it's a complete... When I get these people complaining that I'm being homophobic by naming this dish, this centuries-old dish, by its actual name, I'm being homophobic. I'm not. It's wrong culture, wrong country, wrong decade, wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Okay? And somebody he says, but you know it's offensive in the States. I'm like, yeah, but you know it's not offensive here. And so just get over it, you know. And he says, well, call them meatballs. I said, they're not f***ing meatballs. They're faggots. Oh dear. Anyway, it's gone on and on. And it's been reported to YouTube. YouTube have evaluated it and decided not to ban the video, but to restrict advertising that's available on it. So it might be partially monetized. So sensible advertisers might be advertising on it. Around about September, October, I started trying to revive or, give a push to my other YouTube channel, Planet Keef. I got a couple of products to review from Niwa, which are excellent products, and I thought it was appropriate to do it on Planet Keef rather than on KeefCooks. But I'm mentioning it here, and the links in the description below. There's a wonderful, smooth, slick camera slider that I use to do shots like this, and also an LED ring light, which has made a huge difference to what I can do with lighting in my videos. I generally have some. And also in real life, last August, September, I started painting again. Just little A3 acrylic on paper, just to, I went to art college, I'm a little bit artistic, but I haven't been really drawing or painting for fun for decades, so it's very interesting to get back into that, and you can follow my progress over on Planet Keef. Alright, so now we're nearly at the end of the year, we're in November, and the final big highlight was the visit from Dan Toombs, the curry guy. We've been talking about this for well over a year, and it's, taken this long, just to find time slot to do it in. So yeah, he came, he was ill, but I forced him to come anyway because I'm like that. Yeah, he spent 4 hours, we made a couple of curries, and he made, I watched and filmed it, some perfect rice and some very, very nice naan. I actually made some yesterday and they were perfect, fantastic. That was brilliant, and I'm well up for collaborations like that with anybody else. If you've got a channel and a big bunch of subscribers who are maybe, maybe you're not a cooking channel or whatever, but maybe there's some crossover interest in your subscription bases, then yeah, we could do that. I'd be up for that. So next year, what's happening? Hopefully another collaboration with Dan, where I go to his place in the spring. And what else? There's a couple of things bubbling away under the surface that I can't tell you about, but if they come off, they will be fantastically exciting. Meanwhile, we plod on. I'm you know, my next target is 100,000 subscribers, so if you like my channel and you've got some friends who might like it, you tell them that they've got to subscribe, and magical things happen when you get to 100,000 subs, apparently. So we're at 66 now. Let's see what we can do. So that was 2019. I'm not entirely sure I'm looking forward to the next one, 2020, but we'll see what happens. So thanks for watching and see you next year.